It is time for us to do the first inning showdown. Let's see how much experience we are going to gain from actually completing it. We go down to the first inning program, and first inning showdown is going to give us 35,000 experience. Now, keep in mind, even though it's double experience weekend, we're not getting double the experience from any program or any showdown run. You will only get experience from gameplay. So the moments that you play within the showdown, they're going to give you double experience, but the rewards aren't going to be doubled. Let's head into showdown. And since it's the first inning showdown, I'm going to assume that for the final boss, we will either be facing a pitcher from the White Sox, the Dodgers, or the Mets. Now, I'm going to say most likely it's going to be the Dodgers, and it's most likely going to be Fernando. So for that reason, I'm going to make sure that I pick a hitter that has great power against left-handers and also great power against right-handers. Basically, the best hitter each and every single time. We'll take Mark in this one, and then we head over to the henchman. I don't believe that picking any of the pitchers is going to be a good idea whenever you have hitters available. Matt Olson is going to be the pickup for us here. And then we're going to be forced, as you can see here, to take a starting pitcher eventually. We'll take Lucas Giolito. Could have taken Bhlademyst as well. For catcher, we're going to get Gary Sanchez. Has the best power against both sides out of any of the players. Even though we have Mike over there, we're going to shift him over to first base. And then continuing on, we have James McCann, who's also going to have pretty good power. We're going to shift them over, make them play second base or something along those lines. So you are going to end up getting a mandatory bullpen arm and a mandatory starting pitching arm. So you don't have to waste any of those picks early on. And then to finish off the draft, I'm going to once again take the player that has the most power against both sides. And we're going to have a team basically full of catchers as of right now, the way it seems, because all of the catchers had the best attributes available. You're going to get hero time. If you have hero time available, pick it up each and every single time, because the mini boss, it's going to be past the 7th inning, and then the final boss is past the 7th inning as well. The first time we actually see bronze perks, defibrillator, if you see it, you want to go ahead and pick it up, as it will affect each and every single at bat. Now let's go ahead and see how many runs we have to go ahead and basically overcome. A 15-0 deficit. Don't you worry, we're going to be doing each and every single moment together, and I'm going to give you guys a guide. So the first one, we're facing the White Sox. We need to tally 2 total bases in 2 innings. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that for the White Sox, there's going to be a left-handed pitcher. And like I said previously, in Showdown, the position that you put players in, it does not really matter. So you can put players all over the place and be comfortable. Like, look at where I'm putting Daniel. I'm putting him in left field. Logan Forsythe at second base. Does he have better stats or attributes, I should say, than Thomas? No, he does not. So Thomas is actually going to play second base for us. And then we're going to put the best hitters available for us to actually go back to back to back, instead of having an all lefty lineup. Since we don't have any good lefty players right now, make sure you go to manage perks, turn on the perks or equip them, and let's go ahead and basically get 2 hits against the White Sox. Now, if you're new here, end up enjoying today's content, please make sure to hit that like button, red subscribe button, turn on that channel notification bell, and also follow me on all social medias. Clicking on the community tab, you can interact with me there, and then more Bhlademyst section has my other YouTube channels that you can go ahead and subscribe to. And if you want to basically become a Twitch sub, now keep in mind, versus the White Sox, you're actually facing a lefty, not a righty. So you might want to go ahead and put a lineup that is dominant against left-handed pitching. And as you can see, the first hitter that you have available is going to start off at first base. So make sure that if you want, you put the worst hitter on your team in terms of the lineup to hit first, so he can be on first base. And then starting at number 2, you just fill it up with a bunch of righties that have incredible power against left-handed pitching. But as I was saying, if you want to become a member of the channel, all you have to do is press that join button right next to that subscribe button, and it's basically like a Twitch subscription to support me. I'm a little bit more comfortable with Gary Sanchez hitting. He's playing up against left-handers as well, so that's a big plus. And he's going to go ahead and hopefully crush what is going to be a double. No way, they stayed. That's so unfortunate. Don't get thrown out. All right, we're good. So we got a single so far. We need to get one more base hit. Lefty on lefty. I think we can do it. Like I said, lefty on lefty. I think we can do it. We got ourselves a base hit. It's no longer 15-0. It's going to be a 15-1 deficit that we are going to be encountering. Let's continue. So resuming the draft now, because I got disconnected from the servers, none of these perks look to be really good. The only one that's going to be effective basically for the majority of at-bats is going to be jump start, because I do like jumping on the first pitch and just crushing it. Clear for takeoff, that's what's going to most likely be equipped, although, because clear for takeoff is basically like having 2 defibrillators at once. Before we take off hero time, let's see where we go in terms of innings, and we're playing a 2-inning game against a lefty pitcher. So instead of me going ahead and keeping hero time, I'm going to equip jump start, because since we're playing 2 innings, it means that we're most likely playing only the first 2 innings, and I'm going to put Mike Piazza to be the first hitter and move everybody else down in the lineup that's a left-handed hitter, because versus Fernando, I want all my right-handed hitters to hit first. That way, if I can score a run, it's going to be instantly. Now versus Fernando, as you all can see, you do not start off with a run. You actually start off with no one on base. So that's going to be interesting as well. He throws a screwball, a curveball, and a circle change. So if we can get on base instantly, that would also be a humongous plus. And we're going to get ourselves a double. That circle change is extremely slow, so you're going to have to sit back on it. Now, since you only have 2 innings to play, something that I would suggest a lot of players do here is actually substitute Mike Piazza out and find which player you have that has high speed and can score on the single, and then you can either bunt the runner over or you can try to hit a shot. I'm going to try to hit a shot, but I wouldn't be opposed to actually bunting him over. We could even squeeze, as a matter of fact, if we really wanted to. And that should get the job done with 92 speed. That's why it was crucial to actually take Mike out, because Mookie Betts clearly has an amazing arm out there in right field, and Mike would have most likely gotten gunned out. We score the run before we even get a chance to hit, so therefore we don't even worry about the players that are out of position, and we go straight into the next draft for 2 hitters instead of 2 perks this time around. So let's hope we get 2 good silver hitters. We get Yoan Moncada. Let's see which team we're facing at the end. We're facing the Dodgers, so it's most likely going to be Fernando, in my personal opinion, or a lefty, in my personal opinion. So we want to make sure that we pick players that are great hitters against left-handed pitching. Jay Bruce is great against both sides, but out of all the players that we have available currently, Lorenzo Cain has the most power, has the most pop, and the best contact. So we'll pick him up for now. And then once again, we're looking for a lefty killer. That's going to be AJ. I wish we would have had Clint in the previous one and then AJ in this one. That would have been perfect. What are we doing now? So facing Fernando Valenzuela once again with a runner on third this time around, we need to get 1 run in. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is instantly bring in AJ, bring in Lorenzo, and as I said previously, we're just going to replace all the lefties that we have currently inside the lineup, and we're going to be looking good. We're going to move Matt Olson all the way to last, and we have Greg Jones on the bench. Make sure you have a speedy runner on the bench. Did we actually take him out? Yeah, I think we did. Make sure you have someone with amazing speed on the bench, because you're going to want to instantly just go ahead and pinch run for that runner on third. Go to manage squad, do exactly that, because we're playing in the 9th inning. Clear for takeoff is going to be more beneficial than jump start, so you're also going to want to equip that as soon as possible as well. So your leadoff hitter is going to be the hitter, and then on second base you're going to have your first baseman. As I said, you want to put the fastest guy you have on your bench out there, and then we could literally bunt him over if we want to. I believe all we have to do is tally a run, so a base hit should get the job done. And we don't get a base hit, we get a fly ball, but with 92 speed and a ball hit that far, once again, nothing for us to worry about. That's going to be an easy sac fly for Mike, and we're going to make it a 15-3 ball game in terms of the showdown run. Now when it comes to these, once again, you're looking for the best hitter against left-handed pitching. Chad can basically play anywhere, not that it really matters, but he has the best power out of all of them. And then none of these perks are really good perks in my opinion, but we'll take green light because you always take hitting perks in general. And what's the next moment? Kenny Lofton, facing Kenny Lofton and the White Sox. do not allow a base runner. So we just can't go ahead and walk anybody. We don't need to change any of the perks. And frankly enough, you don't really need to change anything here. The only thing I would put is a catcher as your primary at the bottom. That way he doesn't drop balls. And if you want, since you know you're only going to be pitching, you can actually go into your squad and make sure that each and every single position has a player that plays that position, so you don't have to worry about them going ahead and making an error and then unfortunately costing you more than you would like them to cost you at the end of the day. So yes, go out there, put everybody in their secondary. That way you can relax and say to yourself, all right, I know for sure that they're going to make the play no matter what happens, and not allow a runner on base. Since this is a pitching moment, Kenny Lofton is probably going to be the leadoff hitter here. We picked up a right-handed starting pitcher. I believe it was Lucas, and hopefully we can just control Lucas very well with pinpoint. We're not going to be throwing too many pitches right down the middle. Okay, we get Tim Anderson to start things off, so that's even better. Let's go back high. Perfect. He just looks at it. That's going to be another easy mission completed, moment completed, whatever you want to call it. Let's go ahead and pick up, I believe it's a silver batter and a silver perk. So let's see what we have available for us. So we have JD Davis, who is the best hitter against left-handed pitching. We're going to go ahead and pick him up. And then leadoff magic is honestly going to be the best perk available, because most of these moments you're going to start off with no one on base. Now it's basically facing the Mets, and you have to tally 2 hits in 2 innings without giving up a hit. Versus the Mets, I'm going to go on a limb and say that you're going to be facing a left-handed pitcher. So because of that, we're going to go ahead and just put a lefty dominating lineup together and go out there and dominate with them. Even though most of our hitters are actually great right-handed hitters, we're going to go ahead and put Daniel at third base, put this guy back on second, put Gary Sanchez at short, and then everybody else is pretty good in terms of hitting. So I don't really have too much to worry about. We're going to put Matt Olson as the leadoff hitter, and then the next lefties to follow him. Mike is going to be the 4th, and then Lorenzo, or Mark actually, is going to be the 5th, AJ 6th, Lorenzo's 7th, and then Gary Sanchez 8th. Because we're hitting in which inning? We're hitting in the first 2 innings. Hero time is no longer good. We're going to instead get leadoff magic, because if there's nobody on base, does it require 0 outs? I believe it requires 0 outs. So slight exit. So since it requires 0 outs, we're actually better off having jump start, since we get a boost in each of the first pitches. I believe it's going to be Jacob deGrom. If it's not Jacob deGrom and it's a lefty, then you guys will know for whenever you do this moment. But if it is Jacob deGrom, then we'll be straight. So it is a righty. It's not Jacob deGrom. It's actually Carlos Carrasco. So it was correct to put an all-lefty lineup to start hitting off first. That was well hit. A lot better than Matt Olson hit it. I don't think Dominic Smith is going to make the play. It's going to hit off the wall. That's going to be the first hit. We just need to go and get ourselves one more. That's going to be crushed. Hopefully it lands. Doesn't look like it's very likely to. And it actually leaves the stadium. So that's even better. We're going to go ahead, complete that very easily, and we're going to start heading towards the mini boss now, which means that we're playing on 9th inning, even though it might say 1st inning. So we have to pay very close attention to the perks that we go ahead and equip. Now I want to check out who the boss is before we actually draft anybody. So it's going to be Dan. That's a right-handed pitcher, so having someone that has great power against right-handers is going to be very beneficial for us. That's where Yohan Moncada is going to come in, and since we most likely are going to be losing here, we have a 2-run deficit to come back from. I don't really like rally time as a perk because it requires 2 outs, so instead I'm gonna take down but not out, because all there needs to be is an 0-1 count for us to be basically awarded for it. Now I'm gonna take off the bronze defibrillator because down but not out is gonna give us more of a boost, especially if we swing how we normally do and go ahead and chase first pitches. Now who can I replace? I think I'm gonna replace Steven, because Steven is not even a great hitter after all. And when the pitcher comes up to hit, I'm most likely going to put Chad in there because he's the best hitter. Well, Chad or JD Davis, most likely JD Davis, because he is playing up tremendously against right-handed pitching. We're going to go ahead and put him to face Dan Plesac. or Plezak, I think it's Plezak, whenever the pitcher comes to hit and the bases are loaded. So keep that in mind. Let's see which hitter is going to be the one starting it off for us. So bases are going to be loaded. It's actually a lefty, not a righty. I completely forgot Dan was a lefty, not a righty. So the bases are going to be juiced. You do not have to put an all lefty to start it off. You can go ahead, put an all righty to start it off and excel. I can actually, the second hitter that hits this inning, I can replace him and put JD Davis to go ahead and hit for him if I really wanted to. So our boy Daniel with JD Davis, and we're just looking not to hit anything on the ground. Anything in the sky is going to be beautiful for us. Might want to replace that runner on third base, but we have 8 outs to work with, so it's not going to be completely necessary to replace him, and we hit a 3-run bomb regardless. So make sure for this moment in particular, when you're facing Dan in the middle of the inning bosses or in the mini boss, make sure you go ahead and put all your right-handed hitters to actually start it off, not all your left-handed hitters, and make the same mistake I did. Now we're finally going to start getting some diamond hitters and diamond pitchers, and we're facing the Dodgers. Can we see yet? No, we cannot. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say we want to draft those players that have high power against lefties. We're most likely going to be tied by the time we actually start. But just in case any of you actually lose a game while heading towards the final boss, pick up rally time if it's offered for you. But you guys already know my favorite 2 or favorite 3 is going to be Spark Plug. It goes in this order, although. Number 1 is Hero Time Diamond Perk. Number 2 is Defibrillator. And then number 3 is going to be Spark Plug. Now, we need to tally 4 total bases in 2 innings against the Mets. I think that we're fine leaving everything except for Hero Time here. So we're fine with Defibrillator back on and leaving clear for takeoff and just taking that one off. We're going to add Tim Anderson to the team and basically replace the slowest guy as well and add Greg Jones back just in case we need him. And our lineup seems to be good to go. Let's actually put Tim Anderson in there for Gary Sanchez since, well, I put Greg Jones, but we're going to put Tim Anderson in there for Gary Sanchez since he is a much better hitter against right-handed pitching. And this is how we're going to rock in terms of the lineup, hoping that we're facing a lefty, or not lefty, a righty against the Mets. That's going to be absolutely hammered by Daniel. We're going to go ahead and easily get the 4 total bases. Got even an extra 2. Get ourselves 2 runs. And hopefully we start getting just diamond players and diamond perks because that's going to go a long way. Unfortunately, it's actually a gold batter and a gold perk. But now we got 7 runs. So now we're feeling a lot better about ourselves. And we have a bunch of options here. We have a left-hander that actually hits pretty well against lefties and righties. So we'll pick him up just in case at the end versus the Dodgers we're facing Trevor Bauer or something along those lines. And Spark Plug, you always get Spark Plug. If Hero Time isn't there, always get Spark Plug when it comes to the gold one of it. Now, Mark, get on base 2 times in 2 innings without giving up 2 hits. That should be pretty easy to do versus the Oakland Athletics. That's where you run into a slippery slope. You don't know whether or not you're going to be getting yourself a right-hander or left-hander because it could be Jesus Luzardo and then it could be any of the right-handers they use. So generally, whenever I don't know for sure, I like running a lefty-righty, but you will have the benefit of knowing because you will see me enter this before you enter this, hopefully. 3-1 count, as I said, I'm not swinging until I have 2 strikes. All I have to do is get on base. I don't even need to get base hits, so that's going to count as getting on base 1. So it seems that facing Jesus Luzardo, it is good to just wait until 2 strikes. Whenever you get 2 strikes, that's when you want to go ahead and actually start swinging. We waited back on that pitch, drove it the other way, got ourselves a double off of that wall. That's going to count as getting on base twice, and we don't got anything else to worry about. So whenever you get that get on base 2 times, you're facing the Athletics, know it's lefty, put all the righties, and wait until 2 strikes. Once you have 2 strikes, then I would suggest swinging away. But make sure you're tracking the ball with your PCI on each and every single pitch. Now here, it's a no-brainer. You pick Jimmy just in case at the end, once again, as I said previously, it is actually a right-handed pitcher and not a left-handed pitcher. What is the next moment we have? Nomar Mazara. You have to go ahead and tally 1 extra base hit. We're facing the Rangers or White Sox. I don't remember if he was with the White Sox or if he was with the Rangers when he made his debut, but leadoff magic is actually going to be very good here. We're going to take off defibrillator. We're going to leave down but not out, and we're going to put Jim inside the starting lineup. We're going to go ahead and most likely sit down our boy Yohan Moncada because Jimmy has a lot more power. And as I said previously, when I don't know whether it's a right-hander or a left-hander, I just leave it as a lefty-righty, lefty-righty, lefty-righty. Yes, we are facing the Texas Rangers. So most likely going to be a right-handed pitcher. You will know for sure, though, for whenever you enter this moment. Yes, it is a right-handed pitcher. So make sure you put a lineup full of lefties if you want to basically complete this instantly. That should be the double. Got ourselves a sinker that just stayed over the heart of the plate on the bottom half of it, and we just drove it in between the gap. They had the shift on us. Easy double, easy 2 runs. We're gonna get even closer to that final boss and completing a perfect run, which is what I want to go ahead and do almost each and every single time. And while doing that, we are also gaining stubs. So that's the beauty of it. As I said, hero time is the #1 diamond perk you want to go after. Let's see what's up next in terms of moments. We need to go ahead and get on base 2 times again. We're facing the Cincinnati Reds. And facing the Cincinnati Reds, I don't know why, but I just feel confident that we're not going to be getting a right-handed pitcher, or left-handed pitcher I should say. I just feel confident it's not going to happen. So since I feel confident that it's not going to happen, I'm going to keep each and every single perk that I have right now. And for the lineup, since I 100% believe we'll be getting a right-hander, I'm just going to adjust it so all my lefties hit first. And same process as facing Jesus Luzardo. I'm going to go, oh, we're facing the Astros. I think it's going to be Zach Greinke regardless. Now, I did not know that. I thought we were facing the Reds, clearly. But we're facing a right-hander regardless. So put the lefties to start and just wait for 2 strikes. So now we got 2 strikes. So now we're forced to defend. But I swung on the 2 pitches previously. That's going to be a base hit. Like I said, normally you just want to wait until 2 strikes. I swung at the first 2 pitches because I wanted to crush them. Now, if you're a new player, I would suggest just following the ball with the PCI and not swinging until 2 strikes like I'm about to do right here. 3-1 count. This could be a deciding pitch. This could be it. We could get our second base right here. The pitch, it's going to be ball 4. So as I said, just wait for 2 strikes. If he's wild, you're going to be blessed with an easy mission to do. And if it's inside your wheelhouse, then you just crush it with 2 strikes. If it's anything close, you do want to swing at the same time. We're going to get a diamond hitter. And the best diamond hitter here is clearly Joey Gallo. So we're going to pick up Joey Gallo. Now, I'm going to be devastated, big time, if by the time we get to the end, they tell us something along the lines of, hey, welcome to this showdown. You're actually going to be facing Clayton Kershaw. Now, I don't know who I want to replace for Joey Gallo. Most likely just going to sit down Lorenzo Cain since he has the less pop out of everybody currently inside the lineup. And let's go ahead and see what the final moment is going to be. So facing Nathan Eovaldi, we're going to be actually pitching. We need to just tally 1 strikeout and we're done. And I believe I can 100% do this easily. That's going to be all she wrote. Easy fastball to blow past them. We're going to go ahead and advance to the final boss. Actually tied 15-15. And let's see if we're actually going to be facing Fernando, which I'm almost certain that we are. So regardless, well, actually, let me go ahead and see for sure. We are going to be facing Fernando, as I said. So yes, it was correct for me to go ahead and be picking the hitters that had the best power numbers against left-handers. You're going to want to go ahead and do the same. And then I wish we had gotten Clear for Takeoff, because Clear for Takeoff is the 2nd best perk, or Spark Plug, but unfortunately we didn't. We're going to go ahead and equip Hero Time Diamond and also Hero Time Silver. And then last but not least, we're going to equip Spark Plug, and those will be active with each and every single hitter. I'm not sure whether or not I want to have Greg Jones. I don't think it's going to be necessary. We're going to have 20 outs basically to go ahead and just score 1 run. And I think that as a team, we are more than capable of doing that. We're going to even add JD Davis to the lineup and leave Joey Gallo, because Joey Gallo, he doesn't discriminate. He doesn't care if it's a right-handed pitcher or a left-handed pitcher. He's gonna hit nukes regardless, and we're gonna put him to hit fifth, have actually Gary Sanchez hit behind him, and put JD Davis all the way at the end. Make sure you equip the perks that I say. You want hero time. If you get 3 hero times, you're gonna be absolutely thrilled heading into this. If you get a bunch of spark plugs and hero times, you're gonna be as equally thrilled. Let's go ahead and hit a home run, hopefully with the first hitter. If that doesn't happen, then we'll just get him on base. We have gotten 5 straight flyouts that the Dodgers defense has been able to either prevent us from getting a base hit on or just track it down exceptionally well, especially Mookie Betts. So anything hit to right field, you can almost for sure say to yourself, hey, that's getting caught. Now with a runner on first base, you might be inclined to bunt. I wouldn't be against it. I'll tell you that for sure. I think this is going to leave the stadium, and it will. So AJ hits it off of the Dodgers, and that's basically how you complete a perfect run. Go ahead and get this done without stressing about anything at all. Get yourself a headliners pack and get yourself double the experience for playing inside the games. We did an exceptionally well job. We're going to get ourselves 35K experience. Once you do it once, all you have to do is go to program, first inning, and when you go down to first inning showdown, if it has a check mark on the progress, it means that you've done it and you've completed it. So congratulations, we are done. Once again, if you did end up enjoying today's content, hit that like button, red subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on all social medias. Become a member of the channel if you would like to support me an extra way. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out.